So let's talk out of contract players, the one we kind of know of, because a lot of them we don't. Hello and welcome to this video. If you could like, share and subscribe to the channel, much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when videos go live. So Sheffield Wednesday have got a number of players that are out of contract. I believe it's about 11. So it's not what you want to see. Having that many players out of contract, you want to make sure you've got plenty of them in contract ready for the next season and things like that. But we are the club that is notoriously bad at getting ahead and getting contracts done. And this is something that we're not very good at doing. We haven't been. For whatever reason, the chairman liked to leave it all last minute at the end of the season and go from there. But let's go have a look. We're going to be using transfermarket.co.uk. So it could be right, it could not be. But there's a lot on this list where you have a look at it where there doesn't have a finish date. So Ben Hamer, we don't know if it was a year contract. And if it is a year contract, you're probably saying he's probably going to be gone at end of season. Chalobah came in the summer. Is it a year contract? Is it 2? Armstrong, not sure. A Whitway, we do know a Whitway's was the same amount of time as Michael Smith. Would you let a Whitway go? Personally, I would. I think a Whitway is one that goes along with Ben and say thank you for your service. We are going to be doing a live as well as doing this as well. Matt Lowe, for me, definitely deserves a new contract if he's not already got one. Jamal Lowe as well. I'm not too sure about it. I don't think he's hit the heights of these as when he was at Swansea for us. Again, we don't know if it's a year contract or not. Josh, we do know Josh is out of contract in the summer, apparently, according to everything that we've heard from the media. Now, for me, if Josh is out of contract, I'm 50-50 on it. I'm not bothered either way if he gets a new deal or if he decides to go elsewhere. Because I do understand for Josh, he's getting to that point where he'll want to start putting some roots down as well for a young family. But also, he's one of the ones where he has said he does want to go to the MLS. So Josh, I'm 50-50 with. Ingleson, I believe, is he got another year to 2 years on his deal, so we know about that. Same with EK Obo, we know that's a long-term one. Again, Valerie, is it long-term? Is it short-term? I believe that one's a 2-year. Hatsu, we know is long-term. We know Bernard is a long-term, and we know McNeil's a long-term. They're both 3 and 4 years each. James Beadle and Shay Charles will be going back to their parent clubs. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to be like saying we could have played Charles instead of Beadle in net, but he's done what he needed to do. The job of his contract here was to go get minute, play game after game, try and get better, learn from mistakes. That's what a loan does for a young player. That is why you'll send him out on loan. That's great for him and Charles. Charles has just got an incredible future ahead of him. Barry Bannon, it's probably a given he's going to get another year. It's just how it rolls. There'll be a given that I think he'll get another year. Michael Smith, personally, is one that I probably would like to keep if he's okay with being an impact player off the bench. Now, the problem is that I don't think he's going to like being an impact player off the bench. I think he's going to see at 33, he wants to be starting week in, week out. And I think that's where you've got a couple like that. Palmer, not really, he's not really played hardly any game for this season. I am slightly worried with Palmer. This could be last season and he goes elsewhere, unless he's one that's also okay with maybe going into a sporadic role and helping in like coaching or something. Palmer, I do think could be last season. Patterson, I personally would like to give Patterson a new deal, but I know there's others that would like to see him go, and I don't know how much Patterson will want to stay if he's not going to be playing week in, week out. That's the difficult one there with Pato. If he's playing week in, week out, I think he stays. If he's going to be a bit player, I think he goes. For me, Marvin Johnson, I think this is his last season with us. I said it last season. I think it's time we move him on a little bit now. He's done well. He's done what we needed it to, and we go from there. Paul Valentine, definitely give that man a new contract, 100%. New contract. I think he's earned it. He's not playing much at the moment, but he's 28. He 100 deserves a new contract for me. Akin Femo, I'm on the fence about this one. I want him to stay, and I like a new deal for him. For me, the only thing is we've had it where he's been stop with injury. Maybe give him a year with an option and go from there. If we can have a year with an option, then brilliant. But yeah, up and down for me on that one. Masaba, I reckon you give him another year to 2 years. I think even though he's a bit inconsistent, I generally think there's a player there that can do well. And I mean, do really well. Sissoko will go back to his club. I'm gutted about this loan because we've barely seen him. He's not been played. And I am slightly annoyed with this loan because I was hoping to see more of him. And we've hardly seen anything. So I'm hoping the next 8 games we see more from him. We know Pierre Charles has signed a long-term deal. We also know Dominic Iorfa signed a deal till June 2026. This is the player I want to get a new contract for. Gassama. Get Gassama a new deal ASAP. Like, generally, get Gassama a new deal ASAP. It needs doing. But out of all of the ones who you think are out of contract, are there any there that you don't want to see in a Wednesday shirt next season? You want to say, your time done, thank you for your service. Is there any there that you disagree with me on in terms of where it's going to be? Like I said, we are going to be doing a live stream of this as well. So we get a live interaction from some of you as well. But let me know in the comment section, who stays, who goes, who do you think we keep, who do you think we get rid of, and how are you feeling for that? What in all we can call is a rebuild. It's going to be another rebuild season. And again, when you get rebuild seasons, they take a while. And we got to get it right. Are we going to be getting a rebuild with Danny at the club? I think so. But we got to plan for that narrative as well. So it could be a very interesting season. The problem I got, I don't want it to turn into that sicko season where we took ages to get a manager in and then it took us ages to get players in. That is not what we need. We need consistency. We need to be smart about it. But out of the players, who do you think stays? Who do you think goes? And go from there, because there's a lot. There's a lot of players who are out. If you actually look at it, you go to then Dominic Iorfa, Gassama, Kabachi. If we don't know some of these ones here, there's a lot of players out of contract, and we don't have a lot of players as it is. So it's going to be a massive, massive rebuild structure for whoever has to do it in the summer. And it's something I'm looking forward to seeing, but I'm also not at the same time because it's just one of the ones that I worry about us in rebuild and transfer window. But let me know in the comment section below. I much appreciate it, and I'll speak to you in the next one.